go. Hold up a second. Yeah. Alright. Is the mic on? It is on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so I was rocking around on the old internet this morning and checking out some stuff, and holy, wow, my fan is super hot. Let me pull this up. Turn down my other stuff over here. Try to create a better experience for y'all. I'm actually should be doing some new overlays and shit. And, get that all going. But anyways, let's get to the business here. So, alright, let's talk about it. So, Russell Brand. Let's talk about him today. Let's get to the screen right here, and let's look at some things. Dying. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look over here. So the thing is that what really popped this up over here was this actually, and you can see it's at 384,000 views, right, on this thing called Sky Australia. So this was actually trending, and it actually got plugged on my page to like push to me, right? Now the thing is, Sky News has a U.S. news report. That's interesting. Friday 8:30. So let's talk about, just real quick, before I get into Russell Brand, right? Let's talk about Sky Australia first, because I want to talk about all these sources and my understanding of these sources. So the thing is that Sky Australia, actually I may have this on my liked videos. I have to go and find it, right? But the thing is that Sky Australia before, let me see if I can even find it now, right? During the 2020 elections, there was actually quite like Pete Buttigieg, Sky Australia, yeah? Now they covered the fiasco what happened during the primaries quite in quite a critical manner. I even had used a clip of it in one of my videos. However, at some point during the campaign, this definitely did change. Let's go to let's go to Sky Australia and take a look on their site themselves. Before, where they had been very anti-Pete Buttigieg, at one point they immediately went straight towards pro-Pete Buttigieg. The former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, right? They're using his phrases and shit. I don't know if they got paid to do this.
Democratic presidential hopeful Pete Buttigieg.
Right, here's the sales points, right? Yeah, youngest candidate, right? He had been successful with the first openly gay person, right? So he's actually still, that's quite a pro piece for him, to tell you the truth, the way it looks to me. And I'll have to go and find that video. I do have that video clipped in one of my videos, but they've actually taken a lot of those down. Okay. So Sky Australia, I do feel like, is actually part of, and shout out to my people from, my friend from Ethiopia who was telling me, right, that the press control of what's going on in third countries is so extreme that they, told, okay, so the thing is that you saw, like in Afghanistan, how people was jumping on the train, right, yeah, jumping on the plane, and the plane was taking off and people fell to their deaths, but the U.S. had created such a bloody situation, such a oppressive situation, and that, leaders who were friendly to their own interests but were not nice to the people, and such a bloody, way of doing things that, in the end, right, they were so hated that they were dying to leave the country. But the U.S. said, we don't give a shit about you. We don't want to take care about you. Your story's inconvenient. Just fuck you. We're gonna, you're on your own. And they just pulled out. So the thing is that Ethiopia saw that the Western media, not just the U.S. media or CNN, but was working together with media from BBC, right? Yeah. And it looks like, honestly, I'm honestly quite troubled about things that I see going on at Sky News Australia. Someone might be trying to game the algorithm. There's probably business interests at play. But if you remember, right back then, the thing is that you see these Australians, they actually have. Actually, let me show you how deep the Australians get into our U.S. politics, because I think there's colleges and shit that be studying, and you see they have like Facebook channels and shit. Australia, politics, U.S. Okay, I wonder what's gonna come up. I remember before I had searched, and then a lot of apparently students were doing like school reports and stuff on it. I was seeing those things. It's Unbreakable. Look, that's weird. Austin Inkwright. They are obsessed with American politics. Look, there's even shows talking about this, right? Like, there is actually some interest in this particular topic on part of Australians. Maybe because they're white, maybe because they're also involved with the China thing. They have a lot of aircraft carriers in the area. But Sky News, I do feel like the message is definitely controlled. So let's go back to looking at Russell Brand, because that's really like what this video is about, right? So from Sky Australia, so already, right, the source itself is not really out of Australia. I would say they're one of the biggest producers of media that I'm able to find on YouTube. You can see that they're also pumping videos, really bumping that algorithm, right? 11:34, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, right? They are just cranking out videos that are really going to bring them to the top of the algorithm. Some of them are big hits, like this one only has 1,000 views, but we saw that one with Russell Brand, right? Any celebrity gonna get mad views. So there's also like business reasons to do this. But let's take a look at who Russell Brand actually is, and let's look at that video. It's quite interesting to see, and a guy from England on an Australian news channel talking about U.S. president, right? What is this guy's qualification? Does he know really the U.S. political system? Does he really have a frame of reference to compare it to other presidents? Who is this guy Russell Brand? And, right, like, does he care about politics or something? We're about to explore his background, but let's look at the actual video itself. Let's look what Brand has to say for himself now, because before he could have been anything. Let's examine Russell Brand himself. Let's take a look.
Fantastic propaganda. What are the results of Biden's presidency? What are you clinging on to now, America?
For marijuana conviction.
Chance, I have a video that's got like little bits of applause in it. As if that's not stunning in an edit, as if that's actually happened. Biden saying something that comprehensive thing. Don't feel like Biden would be like, shall they, shall they, she, shall Biden, oh. No!
Xiaomei. Isn't that Chinese? Look, I'm not mad. It just sounds foreign, right? Has mocked president's cognitive capabilities. I understand that. How would we feel if, I mean, you know, so should our comedians start, I mean, some of our comedians make fun of, like, other political figures, right? So, I guess we attack Kim Jong-il the most. We attack maybe Xi Jinping. Are we really attacking, like, people also attack, what's his name, the guy from Canada? Trudeau or something? Yeah, people do attack him as well. Alright, so I guess that's not necessarily exclusive. But what about, like, prisons in your own country, man? What about, like, does England have any problems? Like, why are you so wrapped up, right? Maybe because it's getting you the views. What about people who have been suffered from cannabis stuff in your own country? What about people prisoners who are in your own country, right? For some reason, you're lambasting Joe Biden. You got the rock music in the background. Who did this editing? Oh man, look at these tits right here. Are you serious? Yo, wow, this is some sexy jail right here. Yo, look, she got a nice. Look at this. Yo, you getting these? Yo, who's getting to wear like a nice bra like that and this fucking nice shirt all white and shit in jail? Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this, yeah? Yeah, does this look like jail hands right here? I don't. Maybe. Do they have you wear those things in your cell? No, usually you gotta turn your back, right? If you're getting taken out the cell. This is just like they flash in the boobs. This is straight up marketing. They got the flashy edits. They got the flashy transitions and shit. I mean, damn, you know what I mean? Yo, I mean, I appreciate that. Whatever. Okay, well, they went from the fake footage to this looks more real. U.S. slavery. Okay, that's true. It really is true. It's disgusting. That is a real issue. So respect for that. Okay, so we see that, you know, Russell Brand's getting involved in the space, which I appreciate, right? It's a decent, it's something that I do support, actually. Right? But the thing is that while it's okay for him to be there, it's not okay for him to replace us. But we can see that, right? Rather than someone who's actually suffering, such as Nolan Farrell, right? Been locked up for over 10 years. No press for him. But this one's getting 387,000 views. It allows people to feel better about themselves watching this video, being outraged, but not actually changing anything real. It's unfortunate. Let's look at Russell Brand is right quick, okay? Because I want to know where he was from. Like, I knew he sounded funny. I knew he went with Kate Perry. I didn't know anything about him politically. I know, like, he's been catching on. So I want to look who this guy is, okay? And this whole comedians jumping into the field, right? Comedians used to making a lot of bank because they don't got to share the money with a band. They don't got to share the money with a light show. You know what I mean? They just show up at the fucking theater. All the money, right, that people pay them $20, $50, right? They just take in all the money. You know what I mean? Just a light shine them and they just blah, 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 say some shit, right? Okay. He's an English comedian, actor, radio host, and YouTuber. He's from England. Let's see. Russell Brand. I just want to know right now. Russell Brand. Activism. Let's see if he's ever done anything in England. Maybe he has. Maybe that's kind of what got him started. That would be cool, actually. Ben Shapiro. Ukraine war. Okay. His political revolution. Yeah. When did he become a 12-step program? Recovery program. I mean, he was a drug addict. Yeah. That's cool. I ain't mad at you, bro. Current state of democracy. Okay, is this interesting? So maybe this is going to talk about what's going on in his own country. Oh shit, is this England? I think it is.
It was just the implication.
Wait, let me look up Jonathan Ross. He's like, I really don't know who he is, but he sounds English to me. Jonathan Ross. Host, what is he? He's an English broadcaster. Yes, he is. Okay, I've never think. Okay.
Of dirt because of some of the activity, you thought that maybe a film would develop.
Yeah.
But no, I was always clean. Can I have some of that water?
No, because that's like water for show. That is like
Show
you can
water?
have it. Well, okay. If you want to have some, I think.
How long's it been there, mate?
Okay. I mean, like. I mean, he's being friendly and stuff. I know, like, that's good for, like, viewers, like the casuals and shit. But, you know, actually, this really reminds me a lot of, remember Nancy Pelosi and the ice cream? Okay. They also had a late night host, alright? Controllable guy over here.
Welcome back. We're here with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and we've asked her to share something from her.
This guy was.
Oh wow!
And
What of your regular diet do you think is ice cream and candy? House.
He did not care about the fact that she was. He thought it was a great thing. This guy loves the shit.
Now I understand why. Since you've been isolating in your house, how much of your regular diet do you think is ice cream and candy?
Well, as much as possible. It is. I enjoy it. I like it better than any. Shall we say enjoy?
Well, thank you for that little sneak peek. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Wow, solidarity. Oh my god, where's Franco at? Where's Frank Analysis at? Oh my god. Yo, look at this. Oh my god, this guy's eating the ice cream. That's a fucking idiot, yeah? Wow, you're one of them. It's just, you're so solidarity. Oh my fucking god. Anyways, yeah. So these comedians, right? He is a comedian over here. That's okay, right? He was in some of these. He could have done some. Hey, look, maybe he's changed, right? Maybe. Oh shit. Since guest editing a political weekly in 2023. Okay, so this was what changed it, right? He was doing a political weekly. He was guest editing. Okay, that's fair. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that then. I didn't know. Okay. Promiscuity, drug use, political views. Okay, so he was an editor somewhere. He was already a celebrity at the time. And look, I've been around a lot of celebrities, okay? And I feel for them. They're just normal people like you and me, but people don't want to treat them like that. They're either opportunity, or they're a platform, or like they're all kinds of shit, right? So the thing is that these celebrities, they actually, because people have their own plots on them, they cannot interact with people normally, and it's not fair to them either. Anyway, let's take a look. So he was born to a photographer, and he was raised by his mother, so probably struggled. Mom had cancer and shit, so he lived with relatives, and he was bulimic. He left home at 16, respect, right? Me as well. Then he started to use illegal drugs. I get that. Okay, he was sexually abused by a tutor. Yeah, sorry to hear that. He had a strange relationship, and his dad took him to prostitutes when he was a teenager. Okay, that's wild. He was expelled for illegal drug use and portents. Okay, so. And it just talks about his comedy career. So where's his activism stuff? Production, radio, podcast, talk show host. Okay. Okay. Could talk about ...2013. So this is where this stuff happening. Okay. And Chelsea Manning. Okay, that's pretty cool. But that's is she from England? She's from America. What's going on, bro? Okay. He's spared as an ineffectual and encouraged not to vote. And whether someone who had never voted could edit a political magazine. It's fair. But I just want to also say that when you're like homeless and shit, like, how are you supposed to vote? You know what I mean? Where's your residence? What a revolution would look like. Listen, Malcolm X himself said it, right? If people were good, we wouldn't need laws. There's a law on paper and there's a law on the street. It's not the same thing. But okay, let's move on. So, candy self-publishers waffle about revolution. I'm afraid who's more idiot than Savant. Okay. Well, he's popular, right? You can see that on the, he does drive a lot of traffic. Maybe he's relatable. Yeah. Commission Brand documentary on the war on drugs. Okay. And it shows exploring. Yeah, so he's done drugs. Yeah. In search of a compassionate approach to people who use illicit drugs. I would get that, and I would agree with that. That's kind of cool. People think compassion is wet liberalism. It's not. It's pragmatic. Okay, so that's cool, man. He said some cool lines right there. I'm not mad at that. Zuccotti Park. By that time, I was already disenfranchised with a lot of this stuff on the grounds. But I came back to do it in another way. But he's going to get access to a lot of different opportunities, but he's also going to be attacked at paparazzi to block. Okay, so I'm not mad. If someone's messing with your girl, you know what I mean, and he stepped up, then that's kind of cool, so I'm mad, yeah. But the thing is that, right, and respect to you, you seem like to be kind of cool, Russell Brand. I'm not mad at you, right? Yeah, I was. But the thing is that you're from England, and I see you on an Australian news channel talking about the President of the United States. And, it seems a little weird. Yeah? Let's see what he really talks about this stuff. I don't want to, just because he's famous doesn't mean that, you're right? Yeah, he's less than me. Okay, doesn't mean he's more than me, right? Yeah, that's something I'm definitely not taking, but it doesn't mean he's less than me either, right? So he's just another guy who has an opportunity to really be heard. That's cool. What is he really saying, though? Let's see.
few porcelain figures and a couple of dishcloths. It's going to take a lot more than that to deal with my bloody mental illness, let me tell you. All right, and then all the people outside where I'm from, in the town where I'm from, everyone looked right down in the dumps. Not just because I was there, don't say nothing sarky, I'm trying to make a point, right? And then I thought, all the while I've been off getting famous, filleting myself into a state of wonder, yeah? I thought, this has all been going on behind my back. People getting all down in the dumps around Grays. So I thought, oh, I've been ever so distracted, I better do something about it. So I wrote this bloody great big, lovely long book about it's not really fair, because like we're all getting distracted, oh, it's probably because of immigrants, it's probably because of gays, but it ain't, it's because some people have took all of the...
Hey, that's pretty cool though. Okay, so he wrote a book, he had a chance to, he realized he was out of touch. So, okay, here's the killer part though, that I want you to really pay attention to, okay? Russell Brand might not know because I ain't been around, but people in the US definitely know because I've been around him and I've made it be known. The fact of the matter is that cats like Russell Brand, right? He's a cool guy and all that, you know what I mean? He should be writing books like this. I'm not mad at that for a second, right? Yeah? But the thing is that people like this have replaced actual activists on the ground. They straight up replaced them. And they only have, and there's actually a term for this, and I don't want to say that I do not appreciate what they're doing for the movement, because they are doing something for the movement. They should be appreciated. But I'm saying that certain powers, right, there's kind of like, in fact, I wouldn't say kind of, it definitely is, right? There's a new aristocracy that's been formed in this particular realm, right? And what is the qualifications for their aristocracy? Because they have a large following? Because they come with an audience who might be able to pull votes or something like that? That's fair. But, the audience is probably more casual. And they want to hear a message, right? That doesn't really lead to change. So, it's easy for Russ Brand to think he's making change, right? And maybe he is making probably more change than I am, just by, making some side comments here and there. But you'll notice that true grassroots activists, the ones who are actually doing work on the ground, are not talked about. So as in terms of he'll talk about the prison conditions, he'll talk about Joe Biden. And it'll be this, who's this guy again? The Jonathan Ross show, right? And it'll be just them, but where's the actual victims of the prison system as in terms about how to fix it? You know what I mean? Like, you're a cool guy, man. You know what I mean? Maybe you've been in prison, maybe not. Maybe you've been in jail, maybe not. Some people are going to go through that system, and they probably will have different ideas about what's wrong. And you can't replace them with this aristocrat. And you're cool, man, but you're still an aristocrat, right? You're still one of them. And you're also talking about you're talking about your country in your book, so that's cool. But the original thing that I saw was you talking about Joe Biden, right? The President of the United States, when you're not even from the United States. So I'm not telling you to mind your own business, man, because I think it's cool that, I'm paying attention to what's going on in other countries too. I see, Sky Australia making some kind of a weird leap into a new political direction. And if you watch those shows, right, yeah, by the way, I also watched a whole bunch of other... I think a lot of these messages are controlled, to tell you the truth, but I do watch some other international shows because I want to know what's going on in those countries. And honestly, I'm trusting YouTube less and less now. But I'm looking for sources where I can just tune into their stuff and just see what's going on. Anyways, Russell Brand, man. His background doesn't really show a deep understanding of groups he's working with. I think he does meet some people and they probably see some passionate things to him. But how much is he really around it when he has so much other stuff available? That's cool. You do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's cool. So he's not afraid to throw, man. That's pretty cool. Purple belt. That's pretty good. He has ADD and bipolar. He had bulimia, porn addiction, and experienced a period of self-harming. Now he's a Buddhist. Once again, when we look at the video, the way that Sky Australia really portrays Russell Brand, we should look at how he portrays himself as well, right? But how is the media using Russell Brand? And how is his... Right, we see that this over here, right? With the comedian is used in a certain way. Propaganda is filth. When we look at the actually Sky Australia, right? Let's go back and look at Sky Australia again, right? You're going to see that Sky Australia actually has this word of propaganda and filth, I think, used for Joe Biden several times. Seems like propaganda to me. What am I looking for? Oh, Sky Australia. They will adopt certain narratives. That's the crazy thing. I hope y'all keep watching these people, right? Yeah. I think I was subscribed before. I don't know how I became unsubscribed or whatever. Gross incompetence. Hey, I'm not arguing with you, yeah? But it feels like the whole thing's a setup. They're going to give it to Republicans. Maybe it was a setup all along. I don't know. One geriatric heartbeat away from presidency. They were quite critical of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris during the beginning, but during the race, they became very pro-Joe Biden, and actually Pete Buttigieg as well. They were clowning the shit out of him for at the beginning, and then they went right the other direction. Let me see if I can go find the history list of that. You see? So, Biden's bombshell, corrupt to the core. So now they're really turning against the U.S. and they've got to borrow some guy from England to say it. I mean, it's getting 400,000 views, right? So, interesting. Don't really have a strong number 2 when he's away. Is this the Prime Minister of Australia?
Joining me now to get you across the news of the day is Nine radio broadcaster, host of Overnight, Michael McLaren.
So when you're saying that, you don't have a strong person to take care of the country when you're away, and that's actually only getting 900 views, and that Russell Brand's getting 400,000, I get it. Okay, you're doing stuff about Biden, you're getting 1.6 million views, and Kamala Harris, you're getting 59K, and, this is significant for your own country, right? But you can see the views really encourage you. Who is... Okay, Nick Kyrgios? Is this a local Australian guy? Ooh, that's tough.
Much of Greater Sydney tonight is facing disaster-level flooding.
He tracks...
Dozens of suburbs submerged, 55...
But other Australians may. Okay, so Nick Kyrgios... I'm not really big on tennis, okay? But he's controversial as an Australian, okay? Look at how low these views are for anything in their own country. That's weird, isn't it? Australia's not that small. So, maybe they're just doing it because Biden gets all the views right now. Russell Brand. What do you really care about, Russell? Care about the inequity, it looks like, right? I've seen some of your stuff, right? It's okay. Do you have anything to say to... I mean, if you've been working on this stuff, right, then there's people working on projects or things, right? You could just say what you think and respond to stuff, right? But what are your real... Are you working on these issues in any way? Or are you just raising awareness? Oh my goodness. Joe Biden right here. Are you in England right there? Or are you in the United States?
And it's revealed that Joe Biden is running on instructions that should be for a baby road.
World president fell off his butt.
See, I saw some flags and shit, and I thought that Russell Brand was in... I thought Russell Brand saw something, but this is Joe Biden falling on his bike.
As a human being.
Damn! Oh my god. Damn. What the fuck was that? Yo, that is sad. You do have to be fucking kidding me. God damn. A cheat sheet? What the fuck is this?
We must be compassionate. As a symbol of all that is...
Oh my god, is that fucking Jimmy Dore? Oh my fucking god, Russell. What do you know about Jimmy Dore? Anyway, let's go look at Russell Brand stuff. Okay. Civil War in United States. Alright, this is a Joe Biden. This is US stuff. Do you do anything about England? Are you doing this because you really care about the topic, or are you doing this because this is what gets the views right here? Okay, there's one thing on Canada here. Justin Trudeau, right yet, once again, not England. Oh, 6 million awakening wonders.
Hey, you! Are you a subscriber yet? Subscribe right now. Go on, you can subscribe.
Tim Pool. Are you working on anything in your neighborhood? It doesn't really pay to work on local stuff, right? It doesn't really get that interest to teach your audience about something new, or to really get them involved in a fight that you're around, you're close to, and there could be payback. There could be, you could get, you know, people might actually try to get at you. You know what I mean? If you actually try to affect things in your actual community. So that's all. It's safer to attack the enemy that's far away, right? As long as you're not far away. As long as you hear where it's safe. So, all right. Trudeau. Ooh, Canadian truck. Maybe at the beginning he'll have more people from England on. If you know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm about to check my chat over here. But if you have any idea what I'm talking about, does Russell Brand ever have someone from England on? Okay. Let's see when he first... Let me go to sorting from the beginning, because this is like just taking too long. I don't know how long. He said 2013 is when he started being political. When he started making YouTube videos. 10 years ago. Okay, so that's 2012. So he actually went through... Oh, this is interesting. You'll actually see his transformation into the political guy. So he starts off, and he's just doing shows and shit. Winston Churchill. Okay, interesting. How old is Russell? Know your deities. Okay. Pervert caught pleasuring himself. Cum bum. Okay. Olympic rants. Okay, 9 years ago. This is when his political awakening happenings. Meets a lesbian. Wow. Okay. Can't vote in the US of A. That's true, bro. Is this... Are you going to start with the US stuff right away? I would think you would start with local stuff first. You're going to start with what you know, isn't that true? Russell Seeks, Relaxed Kangaroo, Shop at Hitler's, Christian Bully. Did you already catch on? Python's good. Okay, Eric Idle. Right, yeah, you're still in England. Rosie in London. Eric Idle, okay. See? He was with England before, man. Oh wait, how fast? Oh, William Shatner? Oh wow, that's fast. Boob checking, sure, okay. Brand X, wow, Jonesy, who's this? Carmen Electra, okay. So he's just having celebrities, a lot of actually Sarah Silverman. These are US celebrities, okay. So he had started with Eric Idle, and then we're just going full on for worst substitute teacher. Kathy Griffin's sexual escapades, please God, no. Okay, I don't want to know about that. I really don't give a fuck. You know, please do not make me listen to that shit. I'm not gonna listen to that. Harvey and Steve, who the fuck is this? Okay, maybe these are Brand X. Maybe this is... I think this is like some England shit. Maybe like an England reality TV show. Let's see what Brand X is. Anyways, what's... At his political, when you usually first start, that's usually when the fire is there the most. Yeah? So, at that time, American late night talk show. It's an American show. It's not even from England. It's an American show. Are you in England this time? The First Amendment on Brand X. Okay, let's see. Is that Larry Flint? What?
Satirists, political cartoonists, these people want to inflict emotional distress, but they go after people, you know, that's what...
Okay, I'm just like, there's too much of this section around this entertainment stuff, and I guess it just comes with the territory, but there's also like mad shady shit going on and secrets and stuff, and it's not a good thing around politics, man. I'm just telling you right now. Kickstarter. Okay. Ambulance driven by homeless people. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Okay, hopefully you're actually down with that. Messiah complex, what the fuck. Should we be scared of Putin? Okay, this is cool. Okay. So this is actually a good sign, right? This is where he's really popping off. So 2014. He started 2013, but 2014 is where, okay, is it really killing you? So this actually seems honest, right? He seems to just be hitting at stuff that, you know, are common themes. And I would say it isn't really any strong push. This one is interesting, right? Yeah, this one really pushed him to make the video. He thought he could do something bigger, then he kind of like relaxed and came back to more issues, I guess you could say, that people would find conversationally, you know, prioritized for whatever reason. Baptist Church, could we cancel debt? That's cool, man. So he's addressing some real situations, and just like I said, when you first start off, there's a stronger fire. And it's not necessarily, right, political. There's some of it, but there's also just like random thoughts here. So I'm not mad at that, right? He's figuring it out, but he started off with he wants social change would be nice, right? How strong is it? I mean, there's also social pressure to do that, right? But this is really the start of, and who knows, he might have changed it or deleted stuff, so who knows really. Messiah complex? Is this part of his I mean, he starts with this, right? I mean, is that really the Messiah Complex World Tour? Is this what's going on here? Has it been going on for 10 years now? Is it a shtick that stuck? Who knows? Let's keep looking at what you are. If I wanted to get you to work on something with me, Russell Brand, right? Yeah? What would you really be passionate about? Homeless people driving ambulances? Halal pizza, I don't think that's really, he said something about Russia. Animals, okay, that's a popular topic, right? Animal rights. Fracking. Is it wrong to pay for sex? Can we condemn Bieber for a childhood N-word? Is the Slender Man dangerous? Okay. Is Fox News more dangerous than ISIS? Am I in the Illuminati? So, does Fox News want us to be racist? So I would say that he's starting to go on the left bend. He's already working for U.S. media, so there's already some pressure there. We know that, you know, people that are willing to carry certain political narratives will be pushed. Samantha Bee comes to immediate mind. Bill Mayer comes to immediate mind. Should I become a vegan? This is poverty. Okay. This is something that I would maybe rock with him. He does seem to come back to this issue a couple times. So let's see.
The 6 kids at Walmart, a guy that owns Walmart, have as much money as the poorest 150 million Americans. I know, that's true. I can't believe it, but check it yourself.
A recent Harris poll says 46% of Americans who are not retired say they live paycheck to paycheck. 46%. Now, every one of those people and their families are in grave danger.
I mean, it's clear where Bill's going with this. We've got to help these people that are living paycheck to paycheck. There's obviously the money out there. I mean,
or if a disaster hits you or your family.
What I'm going to do with my low-paid job is I get...
Okay, let's keep going.
Some of my money, and I waste it away. There you go, there's some there. I'll buy some more, I don't know, chocolate bras, Gambling on the outcome of a squirrel fight. That's 20% gone. You say that's going to stop there, okay, alright. You're going to get around though to taxing the wealthy, oh yeah, and taking some money off big business, but oh yes, you're right, I should stop the wasting money. That was silly.
Trinket, never waste money. Ever. That trinket,
Or flat or whatever.
get your life. See what you're...
It's a really vindictive fun.
So look, it's cool. It's relatable, right? Yeah, you're on your computer, you see some weird ass shit, and then you make a video saying, "This is whack." Hey man, that's cool, man. I'm doing the same thing. But are you gonna take it a step further, or is it always gonna be this this aristocracy of Russell Brand and who's on the TV now? Whoever that guy is. I forgot. He used to be a high school teacher, like Saddam Hussein. That's funny. This guy, Bill O'Reilly.
Can access.
Right. It's always these set people. Oh, is it Riley again? Certain people are the newsmakers,
Some stuff that you...
and they cannot let other people in because that would, right? And it's not just me, but they cannot let real newsmakers on because the thing is that they must keep the there's a certain narrative that they need to push. And for me, when I see things like I think there's multiple reasons for the narrative, but I do see a uniformity of the narrative and the way it's pushed and projected, and people are also how people are taking advantage of that, and it's to me it's super duper sus. So I'm gonna check the chat right now, see if anybody has anything to say. Oh damn, okay, delicious ice cream. Yo, what's up? Okay, if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna read the chat right now. I think he lived in the USA before. I think he did too, because the fact of the matter is that he had that show, right? Jail hands are okay, so jail hands are, you're gonna have your knuckles gonna be a little bit more scuffed, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna scratch. Also, your skin's gonna be fucked up, right? Yeah, it's not gonna be all looking nice because your nutrition's gonna be all fucked up. You know what I mean? Yo. Anyways, yeah. So, nice pair of jail hands. Yeah. Delicious ice cream. Okay, fair enough. Not a lot of sorts. Okay, go deeper on what? Speaker of truth is a speaker of truth. That's true. Russell and Jimmy Dore. Okay, that's okay, right? But you notice that I'm not really critiquing Russell for, just doing the show with Jimmy Dore. I mean, I would understand, right? Yeah, there's a big audience there. There's a reason to want to do that, right? Even if he doesn't know what's going on. But once again, he's in his own aristocratic world because Russell Brand will have his own helpers that are invisible in the background too. His staff that's helping him, right? What's going on over there, man? Yeah? Look, there's certain people that get talked about and there's certain people who don't get talked about in that world. There's an aristocracy. And regular dudes ain't allowed in. And that's definitely, and also, right, dudes that's actually making progress on the things that they're talking about is actually being replaced out here. And that's a reason for concern. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Russell Brand's a bad guy. People know I got beef with Jimmy Dore, and that's not even what this video is about, really. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter, these people that engage in their own little small echo chamber and have other interests in mind besides our own. They have other commercial interests, right? Personal interests, right? That have nothing to do with us. Yo, like I said in the things, you could rock with the ones that been with you and not the ones that they give you. There's a reason why these people are being promoted, right? Versus people that really have your own interests at heart. And the fact of the matter is that the only person who stands to gain from this type of information is you, right? Not Coke, not Pepsi, not advertised for YouTube or any of that shit, you know what I mean? Also, the people who stand to gain off of marketing Russell Brand and shit like that are also profiting, like Sky Australia, to push their own particular narrative. That's just what it is, yeah? Hey, I see that, Fearlessly Authentic podcast. I think that's something that, I just saw that's Lucky Breeder has a podcast, yeah. Jenny Biffy from Russell because his audience is larger. Could be, yeah. And interesting but Russell's also playing this game too, right? Because Russell's not really, he lives in England. Is he living in England now? Right? But he's not talking about, he's not even a U.S. citizen. Is he? So, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to fix overseas if you ain't fixed home yet? Right? So, it's it's a little bit, people should be asking questions, and like, I'm not saying that Russell Brand can't be a part of the whole package, but he's been turned into the whole, him and his crew have been turned into the whole package. That's Anyways, yeah, I just got a Google Drive link. I think people are trying to share files with me early in the morning. Let's get to the business. So thanks for checking this out early in the morning. Yeah, Russell Brand, what's up, baby? I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks for checking it out.